Today is the start of a new era in Miami Hurricanes football as the Dynasty welcomes a new starting quarterback, and that is Collin Kunalic, the true freshman. After the first 2 years in the Dynasty of using portal senior quarterbacks, we are now trying to develop our own quarterback. Collin Kunalic has a pretty strong arm. It's above average and it won't get any stronger. And he's an excellent runner who has pretty good accuracy, and that is completely uncapped. His ceiling is sky high. And I can't wait to see how he plays today. He's also got some abilities we'll want to see in action, including that Maximum Magician. I saw the purple ability when I got on today. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not familiar with that. But very excited to see Collin Kunalic's debut today. I am now on the newest patch for College Football 25. Seems that a lot of stuff has been fixed. A lot of stuff still needs to be fixed, tweaked, and added. But it's an exciting day to start this new season in the Miami Dynasty, coming off a really bad year 2. We're all trying to forget it. There's a reason why it was only a 3-episode season. We won 5 games. There wasn't a lot of good to talk about. Today we're getting underway with South Carolina. Iowa comes to Miami as well. No idea how far we're getting today. It depends how games play out, and I'll take it as I see it here. One thing to keep in mind, by the way, I mean, most of you probably have your main menu difficulty and your Dynasty difficulty the exact same, but these series for me are always on All-American, and when I log into the game each day, it does seem that it's back to Heisman, and you just want to keep an eye on that. Early on, we are trying to look into 5-star prospects, as we should. We're the University of Miami. So I'm going to be maxing out players like Kevin Dombrowski, and now that I've upgraded Boogie Turner so that we can put 80 points into the defensive lineman, it should give us a pretty good head start early in these battles, and also a pretty good indication. Like, if I put 80 points into a guy and that doesn't make a difference, just give up. You have to know when to quit. I think I'm also going to be a little less willing to give out those scholarships right off the bat, unless they're like a 5-star or a 4-star gem. I have brought in too many players, honestly, so far, and there are cases where there are like 3 players at a position I like, and I know that if I get the top guy, I don't need the third guy as much. But I offer 3 scholarships and sometimes get all 3. I'd like to clean that up about my recruiting process. The interesting thing is going to see what it's like now to recruit from behind in these battles. Like, most players didn't give us a top 3 interest grade off the bat. So I'm starting things off here in week 0, just maxing out the 5 stars. Tight end is a position I really want to find a difference maker this year. That's one spot where I'm not sure I've added that guy yet. We're in first place for 2 of these gem players, and then not on the board yet for Sean Matlock, who happens to be the best of the trio. I'm also going to go pretty aggressively for Quentin Prescott, as I'd really like to get that Xavier Restrepo archetype on the team again. I've added so many deep threat guys because you scout that like 95 speed, and it's easy to get like caught up in that, but I want to have other skill sets, notably this route runner. He and Paul McCracken have really similar ratings here and both fit perfectly. We are currently not on either player's board, so I'm kind of just maxing these out, and then I'm going to offer McCracken a scholarship. And then we'll see if after a week, if there's any difference in these 2 battles. Fernando Flores, number 9 center in the country, is also getting maxed out. Offer a scholarship then to Ben Chubb. Running low on hours finally. We're not going to quite max out this one. And can't forget about Quan Byam here. I might have to remove some points from somebody else because he's a 5-star. I know these battles are supposed to get wrapped up quickly. Because we're going for so many good prospects, I'm expecting a few players to lock us out each week. But it doesn't seem that anybody has narrowed it down to their top 5 quite yet, so I can't schedule a visit yet for the Iowa game or anything. Clemson has the early advantage for Kevin Dombrowski. We're in third for Jared Foster, second for Kevin Irving. Texas Tech leads that battle. Georgia leads for Kadeem Johnson. Marcus Daniels. A lot of West Coast teams are going to have the pipeline advantage. I don't know if we can fight against that. First place for Terrence Gore, and then at tight end, let's focus on those three. Went 25 points on Matlock. We're coming in fourth there, but have a better lead for Harrison Andrews. I probably should throw in the towel in this recruiting battle for Marcus Daniels, but I think the skill set is so good, I'm willing to give it a try. Hopefully, his top three fits. There is some risk. We know playing style isn't one of his most important things, but if one of his top three ends up being proximity to home, obviously we're going to pull out of this battle. Championship contender is one of his deal breakers, so we already know one of them is going to be a B. Was pretty intrigued here with this running back, Jamison Rust, come back to finish off the scouting, and there's a lot of speed and shiftiness here. Sadly, no abilities. But for a 3-star player, might still be somebody we target later on. There will be plenty to talk about with recruiting this year, but I'm hoping we can also enjoy our time on the field. It's a new year, clean slate for Miami, as we attempt to put the failure of 2025 behind us. And there's a lot riding on this season. If championship contender drops, if coach stability or coach prestige drops, it is suddenly going to become much more difficult to recruit. It is imperative we find a way to win this year. And this first chapter of the season is going to be debuting Colin Kunalik, who is redshirted, mind you. I'm just going to go into our first 4 games, sub him in, and after those 4 games, we'll evaluate and see, okay, is the freshman ready? Or do we need to just try to switch to Emory Williams and hope we can get like 8 wins in a bowl this season? Our route runnings have developed really well. Like JoJo Trader, Isaiah Horton, both have incredible route running. I know that's often how guys developed a lot in NCAA 14, but that's what we're seeing here, and I think the best fit for the slot is probably JoJo Trader, just with the lower release. You want Horton taking advantage of that outside. Now, with Colin Kunalik, we need to make sure there's plenty of opportunities for him to use that speed, so it is going to require me to look into our game plan and change some things up, and that's going to be an ongoing process. I'm going to have multiple playbooks going here, and one's going to be for mobile quarterbacks, one's going to be for pocket passing. I'm expecting a really good challenge from South Carolina here in week 1, and I'm just not sure what to think of our team coming off of last year. Wow, they have a lot of really good offensive linemen, so that's the first area to look at how we match up against them. Lenoris Sellers is the quarterback. He is an 87. He has a lot of abilities, and he's going on his 3rd year starting. This is what we're trying to do. Get a quarterback that we can stick with for a while, that can be productive over multiple seasons. So here we are, launching a new season in the Miami Hurricanes Dynasty Rebuild. Can we get this team back on track? Year 2 was always going to be an interesting, weird year, but now it's time to win again. And you're just going to have to wait a little bit to see Colin Kunalik's debut as we get the new season underway defensively. And really good kick coverage. I see one thing they fixed is the press circle to exit here in Super Sim. That wasn't visible previously. Maybe it was on the last patch, but of course I skipped a version. And so Lenoris Sellers back to pass on the first play of the year. Big catch and run to the 40-yard line. And they go right after the redshirt freshman corner there. Oscar Virgin, wearing number 2, is getting a chance in the slot. 1st and 10 from the 40, and an inside run behind a really good offensive line. The play fake from Sellers, and the pass is caught for a short gain in front of Dante Balfour, one of the returning starting corners. Robert Stafford now becomes the number 1 on the other side, replacing Diani Hill. 3rd and 3 now for the Gamecocks. Sellers with time, And an easy look for first down yardage. Four-man rush, and in there, it's caught inside the 35. The strength of this defense is still up front. We have a very stout front four. And there we finally get some pressure. That is Marquise Lightfoot. He and Armando Blunt are your two defensive difference makers. Quick screen to the outside, nice tackle. Coming downhill, number 16 is Robert Stafford. And it's 3rd and 13. Protection is good, and there goes the quarterback taking off. Sellers, oh, what a gain. All the way to the 13. Sellers, screen, it's open. And inside the 5 goes the ball carrier. And the most crucial yards on the field right here. It's a keeper. Sellers, what a play. Perfectly blocked. Touchdown, South Carolina. That's how it all begins. And it's time for the new era of Miami football to get underway, as we'll take it from the goal line. Larry Slaughter handles kick returns, which don't seem to work that great in this game. And here we are. Colin Kunalik will take the field. Mark Fletcher is a starting running back this season. You'll also see Chris Johnson, who is in the game here on the first play. And Kunalik in the shotgun takes the high snap and gives it up the middle to Chris Johnson for 3. Kunalik wearing number 15. He's got 4 receivers now on the field. Hands off, Johnson sweeping, can't find any space and loses 3. Colin Kunalik, first career pass is a short one. It doesn't go far, a minimal gain going to Creed Whitmore. And it's a very quick first possession. The punt now from Dylan Joyce will be a decent one. And we'll see if the defense does any better. Sellers fakes, fires it in there with an open receiver, C.J. Adams. It's a keeper. Down goes Sellers. Cole Carmichael on the stop. So in this package, Armando Blunt, he's inside next to Marquise Lightfoot. 3rd down, and that is caught inside the 15 as they pick on Cameron Pruitt, the coverage linebacker, who has some pretty incredible coverage ratings. Really impressive start for Sellers. Now South Carolina, pretty much same position as the last drive, and flipping left, staying on his feet, he throws incomplete. If we don't get pressure, it's going to be a long day by the looks of things. 10-0 Gamecocks. No, he missed it. It's no good. I keep forgetting that kicks aren't automatic in this game. Wow, what a break. And take 2 now for Colin Kunalik. 1 for 1 on his opening drive. And another handoff that will lose yards for Mark Fletcher. Kunalik fakes, takes off, and can't get through cleanly. That's going to be a sack. True freshman having a rough introduction to his college football career. Empty for the freshman on 3rd and 13, who feels the pressure, escapes, and loses all kinds of ground. This is ugly. Please don't punt it into the shield. All right, that really worried me there with that alignment. South Carolina spent basically the whole half on our side of the field. It's a fake on first down, taken off. Sellers is taken down for a sack. We have Sharif Ladd there in the middle. I think he made the contact. Sophomore that I brought in during year 1. Pass hauled in and protecting against the contact. But we got to get off the field now on one of these 3rd downs. 3rd and 3. Oh, he's going down. Lightfoot was there first. And the Canes front 4 gets the job done. Fletcher is the running back. He sweeps left. Man, we just cannot even hold the line of scrimmage here in the run game. A pump fake. Kunalik has time and drops this off. Second catch for Whitmore, the transfer, who's the 4th receiver on the depth chart, but the only receiver to make a catch so far. Go figure. 3rd and 3. Better situation. It's motion, a give, and no first down. That was slow. Yeah, the game has been on All-American. I was actually curious if it was or not, just the way things were playing out. It says All-American. Gonna run this with Fletcher and able to work outside. It's positive yardage. Kunalik brings motion, flips it forward, and a very short pickup for JoJo Trader. Fletcher motions out. 3rd and 3. Threw it right to a defender. He was right between those receivers, and it's intercepted. This is an ugly start. And it looks like I have the Super Sim bug where I can't back out at all. Very familiar with that bug from Madden. So not sure I can skip around the game a whole lot in this one. But midway through the second, it's not looking great. Sellers outside. That's what I want to be doing there. Can I just take their playbook? 3rd and 3. Too easy. Nearly in. Back to pass. Intercepted in the end zone. You didn't have to take it out, though. He got too excited. What a break for us, though. They could have at least 10 more points than they do at this stage. So as bad as it is, we're keeping it close. Markeith Williams on the interception. He is the senior safety. We're backed up now for the true freshman who's going to get the pass to the outside. Still figuring out what we're doing here at tight end. That was caught by Jackson Carver. We also have Riley Williams, number 88, who's listed as the starter. Kunalik with some touch on it, and there is the aforementioned Riley Williams as we get plenty of space, and we'll hit the warning. Kunalik at the line on 2nd and 4, and he fires incomplete for Trader. Needs the 38, and it's caught right near the sticks by Chris Johnson. Johnson basically the slot receiver here right now, as Kunalik hits the receiver into South Carolina territory. That's the first catch, or maybe second catch for Horton. Kunalik, middle, and complete again as he starts to find a rhythm. Don't want to say it now before the drive is over, but decision-making is feeling pretty decent. Now he feels some pressure, gets some air under it, and it's knocked away. Wanted Horton, nearly came down with it. I like taking those shots in single coverage. I also like taking them in triple coverage. On 2nd down, on time, Whitmore gets away. So I wasn't really sure I really was going to play him a whole lot, but early on he is making an impact. 26 seconds on the clock. We have our timeouts, and we're going to get picked in the end zone. Challenged maybe their best DB there. He had the impact star under his player, and that was intended again for Horton. Emery Floyd on the interception. This was a really promising drive. At least the defense is keeping it close. That's the story it was last year, too. Close enough for us to stay in the game, and then the offense couldn't get the job done. We have to try rewriting that story in the second half. But first, Lenora Sellers is going to scramble away from Ladd and avoid a sack. I thought he played great in the first half, and I liked their play calling. I might take a look at this playbook if I feel like I'm at a loss. Because, I mean, our numbers are terrible. Why is our run game so bad? That's the most confusing thing. It feels like we're a one-star school and we choose a running play. Kunalik Hands off. Nothing for Fletcher. Play action. Eyes downfield. It is caught. And Riley Williams now hurt at the end of that play. Schrader made the catch. Jackson Carver, the junior, will now replace Williams at tight end. Kunalik on the screen. Nothing. I don't know what it is. Why can't we run the ball for positive yardage? It doesn't make any sense. 3rd down and 13. Pressure and escaping. Kunalik, what a throw, and it's dropped. Ray Joseph. That would have been cool. Like, I'm debating on literally running South Carolina's playbook for a game just because their runs at least work. Ours can't even get back to the line of scrimmage most of the time. Knockdown. Good play and coverage by Zaquan Patterson. 3rd and 5. And down he goes. Marquise Lightfoot, have a day. I think he's going to be our sack leader this season. Room to return. Larry Slaughter follows a block across midfield. We need some points. I'm tired of this donut on the scoreboard. Colin Kunalik in the shotgun. This could be read option. Nope. I added the ace read option to a bunch of formations. Nice little catch and run, though, for Trader. And then Johnson's going to try to wheel this outside, and even with his speed, he can't escape the pursuit. Handoff. I can't believe we got it. We can't do anything on the ground, so all the pressure falls on the true freshman, who hits a pass outside. And then do you try Shembo here? We will. And it's a 50-yard try in the rain. He's never hit a kick 50 yards or longer at Miami. Kick is away. Plenty of leg and good. First of the year. Makes it 10-3. All over it. Wow. Oscar Virgin whiffs on the tackle, but it's still a loss of 3. Defense has gotten pretty tough to move the ball against, and it's 3rd down and 11. Press coverage here with a single high safety. This is risky. Sellers over the middle and caught. He gets away. Foot race down the middle, and he's gone. Touchdown, South Carolina. Sloppy tackling on every play of that drive made that possible. Can't knock the pass down. That was pretty good coverage, but not nearly good enough from Robert Stafford. I knew that was going to be a risky play. How are we going to come back from 2 touchdowns the way we've looked offensively? 4 receivers for Colin Kunalik, who gives the high snap inside. Chris Johnson, gain of 10. Need conversions, need touchdowns, and it's a good effort from Johnson, 1st down. It feels like we have the slowest handoffs in the game. Just give the ball to the running back. Flipping this forward. Why is this jet touch pass getting called so much? Like, I have not changed the playbook that much. That play's getting called way too much. 2nd and 11. And a grab at the sideline for Joseph that South Carolina wants to challenge. And I think, yeah, that's going to stand. Empty now for Kunalik, and he makes the move outside, finding Johnson. I want to see him move around a lot more. He has magician. He has all that speed. I want to see him utilize it more often. Kunalik throws short again. Good catch. Now back to pass. Facing pressure and should have been picked. That's what I worry about, facing pressure, is how many bad decisions are we going to see. 3rd down now. Fletcher is the running back. Up the middle. 1st down. We need 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns quickly. Kunalik, 3rd and 5. Free rusher, swings it out, and we didn't get the block. So close to being able to cut that upfield. We don't need Shembo here. We still need 2 touchdowns if he makes it. Will he, though? From 45. It's good. To the outside. Oh, where's the contain? I saw Stafford running inside, and there was nobody there until the safety. South Carolina throwing quick. Lenoris Sellers trying to put this game away. He's played well. 2nd down and misdirection. A shot inside the 20. 1st down. I think our pass game has been too contained as well. Like, too much short. We need to open things up better. Wow, nice truck stick there. I don't know, I might ditch the custom playbook. It doesn't seem to be helping anything, and I feel like I'm seeing the same 5 plays. 2nd and 8 now. Back of the end zone, picked off. We're still in it, thanks to the play by Robert Stafford. Still seeing a lot of interceptions, though. It does feel like they've done something wrong with the CPU quarterback play. Dumped off now and caught by Whitmore. 4 catches. To the outside and room ahead. Nice gain. So with 8 minutes to go, we need 2 touchdown drives here in a row. The field goals won't cut it any longer. Kunalik handing off, and Fletcher with a nice gain. 4-man rush, dropped off, catch and run to the 41. That's Horton. Like, his average depth of target today has to be like 5 yards or less. Really want a little bit more opened up. Slings it outside to Johnson, 1st down. When he hasn't faced much pressure, I think the decision-making has been pretty solid, but here he is pressured, does take off, and that's more of what we want to see, and I want some designed runs in there as well. I added read option. I haven't seen a single one. Fake now. Avoids the sack. 3rd and 3. It's in there. Caught inside the 20. This first touchdown has to come soon. 3:43 left to go. Kunalik empty. He's going to flip it to Johnson. Has space. Sprints in for 6. Colin Kunalik's first career touchdown pass goes to Chris Johnson Jr. It's a 1-score game. Going for 2. Fletcher, the running back, and it's Carver. He's in. 2-point try. 17-14. We're going down to the wire to begin Season 3. The longest we've spent in a single game in quite some time, but I hope you're enjoying the episode. If you are, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see if the defense can get us the ball back and a chance for the freshman. Sellers on a screen pass. Has blocking. Let him get the 1st down. Oh! Nearly had the fumble there. It did lose him a few yards. But if it was going to be 2nd and inches, I'd rather give him the 1st down for free. That was a slow snap. It's a trick play. And he's going down. A double reverse pass in this moment. And now movement that I think is on them. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Neutral zone infraction. 3rd down and 6 now. That was Armando Blunt. We'll see if that's going to be a crucial 5 yards. We're going to jam. Sellers floating. It's picked. No, he dropped it right through his hands. That was Patterson. But regardless, Colin Kunalik is getting his chance in the final minutes. Returnable. Slaughter. Upfield and across the 45. Not bad. Here we go. 2:35. Can we pull off the comeback? Here in our first game, it's slung outside for a loss. Right before the warning now, we're getting Johnson for a yard. Empty for the freshman. Third down. Caught! He got it. Complete to JoJo Trader. 38 yards away now. We'll see how the clock is managed as Kunalik faces pressure. Hits the underneath Carver. And he'll reach ahead, nearly getting the first. A field goal can tie it. So you don't have to sell out here for the touchdown. Underneath. And a first down. 1:26 to go in the ball game. Kunalik, he's got a man inside the 10. Finds Ray Joseph. Put us on top. Empty. Kunalik. It's caught. Down to the 1. JoJo on catch number 10. Let the clock run. He's going to throw it, and he's sacked. Man, I would have loved a run there. Backed up to the 7, 2 downs to fix it. Well, I guess 1 will kick the field goal if this fails, probably. So out goes Fletcher. Kunalik, touchdown! He threads it through the middle. Ray Joseph, and the comeback is complete. Comeback Kunalik in week 1. Can we hold on? The extra point is good. It takes a touchdown, and we lead for the first time in this game. 59 to play. It's taken from the goal line, and a good tackle. I've noticed Creed Whitmore, first guy down on kicks every single time. Lenoris Sellers now. Looking to spoil our night. It's caught. First down. Trying to rebuild this home field advantage, too. It's down to 16th. Lightfoot can't bring him down. Out of bounds on the throw. Feeling the pressure now. Time running out. 32 to play. Gotta get that sideline signal. Lenoris Sellers has time. Floats. Has it picked off. Miami's gonna hold on for a week 1 win. A stunner. Coming back from a 17-3 deficit. And the true freshman can take a knee. It's a 1-0 start for the Miami Hurricanes. What a way for it to happen. A very sloppy game that I can't believe we pulled off. But a great fourth quarter comeback at least puts some distance between us and the struggles of Season 2. What did we think of the freshman? You know, outside of the interceptions, he was great. I thought he got the ball out pretty quickly, accurately. Got to clean some things up and hopefully open up the pass game a bit better. But that works. I'm expecting the stats to be pretty ugly for this one. 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Had to throw it 45 times, which I would have liked to throw a lot less. But a long of 24. On the other side, Lenoris Sellers, 21 of 29, but 3 interceptions. We've seen a lot of picks from quarterbacks here in Slow Sim recently. On the ground, it was atrocious. That's one of my big priorities. I think we're going back to just our day 1 playbook, and I'll just restart the entire effort. They were much more successful, but even then, not all that successful. 10 catches for Trader, 5 for Horton, 5 for Joseph, 5 for Johnson. We spread the ball around pretty well in this game. 2.5 sacks for Marquise Lightfoot, 1 for Armando Blunt and Cole Carmichael, a half for Sharif Ladd, and Robert Stafford with 2 INTs, along with the 1 to Markeith Williams. You know what else was big in this game? 2 big-time kicks from Willie Shembo. Hit one from 50. Hit another one from 40+. That's a good win. Player of the Week, Marquise Lightfoot. Going to be saying his name a lot this season. And next up, we've got Iowa. We'll probably cover more games next episode, but we got a really good look at not only Colin Kunalik's debut, but a pretty exciting fourth quarter comeback at the same time. It is a new era for Hurricane football. He almost got a full skill point from that game, and we'll track his development obviously this year, and as long as these first 4 games go well, we'll have no issue burning that red shirt. Was looking to see if there was any wear and tear from this game, and Riley Williams does have -4 speed as he hurt his right foot. He is good enough to play. He's not someone who has much speed to begin with, so I'm pretty comfortable just letting him heal that foot. But I've still been waiting for wear and tear to work in my series. I've seen some gameplay from other people, and I'm seeing wear and tear pop up all the time. I'm over here begging for that feature for years, and now it just doesn't want to impact my series. Now, why does it count a game played there for Randy Titus? He's redshirted. I did not move him up the depth chart at all. He shouldn't have seen the field. The only player I edited was Colin Kunalik, so that's kind of bizarre. Was it a special teams thing? But even then, he shouldn't be there. He shouldn't be on the depth chart at all. He played a down. What down was it? That's a waste of a game. But I'm glad I checked on that because I would have probably never known. But that is going to do it for this episode, everybody. The first of Season 3. Let me know what you thought down below in the comments section. Much more coming your way as we try to put the pieces back together for Hurricane football. Take care, everybody. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.